Okay, I thought I'd make a little video here on these rabbit nesting boxes for all you rabbit breeders out there. I was doing a little searching on YouTube, didn't see a whole lot for large breed New Zealand, California type rabbit nesting boxes. I've been playing around for a few years here on different styles, designs, and this particular nest box I found works really well. And if you're going to do any early spring time when it's still pretty cold out, or wintertime breeding, this particular nest box has an insulated bottom. So I thought I'd give you a video on how to build this particular nest box. I'll try to give you all the dimensions and material needed. So I'll come back and I'll have everything ready. Okay, so I got some of the pieces made here. Here's what you'll need to construct this box. I'm using some 1/2-inch plywood. This is actually some scrap that I had painted on one side. But so what you'll need to start with is 2 pieces, 15 by 15. This will be your sides. You'll need 2 pieces, 12 by 15. That'll be your front and your back. And you'll need 1 piece, 12 by 16. That'll be your top. Now, as far as the bottom goes, I haven't made that yet because that has to fit inside. I want to cut that after I put this together to get an exact and tight fit. The other thing I haven't cut yet is the piece of foam for the insulation for the bottom. So when I get to that point after I put this box together, then I can get the exact measurements I need. To construct this box, I'm just going to use my nail gun. You could use screws, or you could use brad nails or whatever. Like I said, this is 1/2 inch. It's just a piece of scrap I had. I ran out of 1/2 inch, and so for the top I'm using a piece of 5/8 ply. It's just what I have laying around for scrap, and this is a good way to use it up. I'll have to, in the front yet, I still need to cut my door opening. I'll do that after a bit. And so anyway, I'll put the 4 sides together, the front, back, and the 2 side walls. I'll make a box out of it and come back and show you what I've done. Okay, I thought I'd just show you how I put this together. So you'll take your let's just say your back. I'm going to put paint side. No, I don't know. Doesn't really matter, but I think I'll put paint side out. I always put the 12 inchers, 12 inch on the outside. And this is just the DeWalt finish nail gun. And I got 1 and 1/4 inch brads in it. And obviously the 15 by 15 inchers, it doesn't matter which way you flip the wood, it's the same both sides if you cut it right. Go ahead and nail my front on, and I can just cut it out, the doorway out, after I nail it on. Okay, I'm going to assume that you have your box put together if you're building along with this video. I want to show you what I'm going to do here for the doorway for this nest box. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be using a Folgers coffee can. It has a 6 1/4 inch diameter. So I'm going to center that in this doorway to give me a nice smooth circumference for the bottom so the bunnies don't get scraped or cut or anything. So all you'll need to do is find the center of your box. If you made yours 12 inches wide, you'll need to go to 6. The diameter of this Folgers can is 6 1/4, so you need to go 3 1/8 off each side, make a mark. Take your square and square down. And then what I do, or what I did, is I measured 1 inch down from the top, and that'll be the top of my Folgers can. So I just slap this up here, put it to my inch on the top, center it between my 2 lines, and marked around the bottom. And that gives you your nice circumference, and it gives you a 6 1/4 inch opening, which is plenty good for these large breed of rabbits. Now, as far as the top goes, you don't have to do anything on the top, but if you would like to, you can see what I did here. I measured up 3 inches. Alright, sorry about that. My memory card got full, so I had to go clean it out. So where was I? Okay, I was showing you how I was going to do this top. Measure up 3 inches, and then you can just set your lid up here, make your corresponding marks. Take your Folgers can, put up there your 3 inch mark, and draw around the circumference. So then you can just take your jigsaw, cut down and around, and up and over. It gives you a nice big doorway. Like I said, this is plenty big for your New Zealand or your Californians or your Rexes or any of your other meat rabbits that you want to use for food or just pets. So what I'm going to do is cut these out, and I'll come back and show you what I got when I'm done. Okay, I got the doorway cut out. This is what you get after you cut out those markings. As you can see, that's plenty big for your rabbits to get in and out. The next thing you want to do in the process of building this box, get yourself 2 little 2x2s. This is for strength, just to add some rigidity to this box, and also gives your hinges for your lid a point to connect to. So what I'm going to do is take the nail gun, nail one in on each side from the front to the back, level with the top. We'll do that now. I just do one on the end, a few down each side. Like I said, if you don't have a nail gun, you can just use some screws. Here I'd probably use inch and a quarters. Would be plenty. Okay, that's done. Now, I like to put steps on these because this is so high from the front up to the doorway. The little bunnies, once they get hopping around and moving in and out after about 3 or 4 weeks, they have a hard time getting up that high. So here's the steps that I made. I pre-screwed them together. And what I did is I had some old 2x material laying around. The bottom one is a 2x10. Middle one is a 2x6. Then I had another chunk of 2x6 that I ripped in half. Gives you 3 steps. So it ends up like that. Works out pretty good. So all you got to do is attach this, lay the box on its side, put your steps on there, take your screw gun. I like to use screws on this only because they're fairly heavy, steps are. And I'm using some 1.5 inch screws on this. Line that up nicely with the bottom, flush. And let's see, where are the screws at? 4 screws would really be enough plenty for this project. So I put one on the bottom, and a 2x10. then move up. You can do a couple up higher so you catch that top one. That's plenty. Plenty strong. Now we can do the insulation foam and the bottom board. Now I ended up making this the exact measurement for mine if you're using 1/2-inch plywood. For the bottom blade, this is a real thin 1/8 or 3/16 ply. The exact measurement was 14 and 15/16 long by 11 1/8 wide. So what I do, take your foam. Now this is just some old junk foam that, to be honest with you, I found at the dumpster laying there, and it's 2 inches thick. I thought, well, shoot, it worked good for this. So I grabbed it. I ripped this on a table saw, but you could use a knife or whatever. But I just ripped this down on a table saw, make a nice square piece. Just shove that in. You want a nice tight fit. Push it down flat. This will be sitting on your wire cage. You don't have to worry about it coming out. And you don't have to do any nailing or nothing. In fact, you don't want to nail it, because during the spring, or after your nest box or your rabbit's done with it, you want to take this now and put it on top. But after your rabbits are done with it, you want to push this out. And you can just shove everything out the bottom to clean it. So now the bottom's in. It's just a force press fit. You can see it's nice and tight. Like I said, don't nail anything because you want to be able to push it right out for cleaning purposes. Okay, so basically your box is done. It's basically built, other than your lid. And the only thing you got to do there, finish it up, is put on your hinges. As far as hinges go, I just picked up some small little door hinges or little flat hinges, and you can just put them on however you really want. What I'm going to do is just put them on, oh, let's see here, probably something like this. Put them on like this, screw them down like that. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Something like this, and you'll want to just put the hinge itself. You just go like this and put your screws in the top. Then you can put your top on. And I'll come back, I'll get it done, and I'll come back. It's a little hard to do and try to video it. But I'll get the top put on and show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright, I got the lid mounted on. You could put the hinges on either side, whatever you prefer. Doesn't make a difference either way. So all you would do now is put a bunch of straw in there. About 2 or 3 inches of straw in there. And put it in your cage on the 28th or 29th day. Before your doe gets ready to have the kits, and you're ready to rock and roll. So this is a pretty good little box. It's the best design I've came up with. I've tried several over the years, and this one seems to be real good. The does seem to really like it. You could actually use this just as a warming box for the does in the winter, or the bucks, or whatever. The downside to that is they get in there and they poop and pee everywhere and make a mess. Another thing I recommend doing is after your kits are weaned and you're pulling them out of the box, or you're pulling the box out from the cage, is go ahead and push this bottom out like I showed you. Just push it. Bam, bottom comes right out for cleaning. Wash this real good. Maybe get a spray bottle, some bleach in it, and bleach it out so the bacteria and whatnot doesn't get growing. And then you're ready to go again for the next litter. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, or not an email, but post it on YouTube, and I'll answer what I can. And good luck raising your rabbits.